Hello, everybody. Happy Monday evening. A look at our headlines now. A helicopter mishap in Northwest Florida, a bank robbery in Baldwin County, plus Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimpson is speaking out after Sunday's deadly shooting at Saenger Theatre. All of that and more is coming up on News 5 Now.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into News 5 Now. My name is Summer Poole. I'm the digital reporter here at WKRG. Happy Monday, guys. Monday's almost over. It's almost Tuesday, so one day closer to the weekend. And y'all know I love my weekends. So I'm filling in for Peter Albrecht tonight, and he will likely be here tomorrow. In case you want to see Peter here, you can find him here maybe tomorrow. All right, so without further ado, actually, really quick, I do want to mention if I have to take a break, I'm still sick. I've been sick for like 3 weeks now, going on 3 weeks. So I may have to take a sip of water or something, but we're going to get through this together, guys, okay? So let's go ahead and get into our big stories this afternoon. At number 5, Kimberly Clark plans to expand its manufacturing facility in Mobile. The company will invest more than $130 million to create a new production line. The expansion will also bring in 29 new jobs. Work on the new production line is expected to be done in 2027. Number 4, Mobile police are also investigating a deadly shooting involving officers. The officers pulled over a man on Dawes Road Saturday night. He was accused of threatening to kill a woman earlier in the night. Police say the man had a gun and was threatening to harm himself. They say he pointed the gun at officers who then fired at him, leading to his death. The officers involved are on leave while the shooting is under investigation. And a side note, police have identified the man who was shot and killed. He is a 75-year-old man, if you want to go check out that update on WKRG.com. Number 3, 2 people sent to a hospital after a helicopter mishap in Northwest Florida today. A training wing 5 helicopter had a hard landing on a landing pad at Navy Outlying Landing Field in Santa Rosa County. 911 dispatch received an automatic crash notification from a pilot's cell phone around 1:30 this afternoon. Several local fire departments responded to the hard landing. EMS initially treated the helicopter training squadron 18 instructor pilot and student aviator who were taken to a local hospital for further evaluation. Local authorities are investigating. At number 2, a Mobile man booked in the Baldwin County Jail accused of robbing a bank in Bay Minette. Police say Dondi Petway went to United Bank at Courthouse Square just before 11 this morning and handed a note to the teller. The police chief says the suspect never pulled a gun, but indicated he had one when he demanded money. About 30 minutes later, Spanish Fort police spotted Petway and pulled him over on Highway 90 near Highway 225. He's charged with robbery and is being held without bond. And at number 1, Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimpson is speaking out after Sunday night's deadly shooting at the Saenger Theatre. Stimpson says city officials are in contact with management partner Oakview Group about the security measures in place last night. He says all events at Saenger Theatre and the Mobile Convention Center will have additional security screening moving forward. City officials say they are continuing to review their policies and procedures and will continue to explore further security measures and investments. The shooting occurred Sunday night at the theater during a children's dance recital. It resulted in 1 injured and the death of 27-year-old Carl Williams III. And that's a look at our top stories this evening. Now, If you guys have never been here before, you don't know this, but we have a question of the day and a poll of the day, and we like to get you guys' opinion on things. A lot of things that are in the news. Sometimes we just come up with some random ones, like what's your favorite snack, stuff like that. But today we definitely have one that's been in the news, so let's go ahead and look at that. Our question of the day today: who would you pardon if you were president? Now, this comes after, if you know, which it's been in the news all recently, Todd and Julie Chrisley from the reality show Chrisley Knows Best was pardoned by President Trump last week. They are out of jail. They were serving, I think, a 12-year and a 7-year sentence. So it was cut way down because they served 2.5 years. But we wanted to know, if you guys were president, who would you pardon? And I've read some of these answers. They're actually really interesting. So, Christian says myself, and I actually asked this last week. I said, can you pardon yourself if you're president, like from future crimes? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. If somebody knows the answer to that, let me know. Andre says C Murder. That was a rapper. I'm not really quite sure. Maybe he's in jail for murder. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what he's in jail for, but he is definitely a rapper. Pete Rose, I'm pretty sure he died like a month ago. He was a baseball player. Luigi Mangione, that's the man accused of killing the United Healthcare CEO back in December. Linda says nobody. If you do the crime, you do the time. Megan says Joe Exotic. We've got a lot of comments about that. Joe Exotic has definitely expressed his anger, I would say, with President Trump about how he pardoned the Chrisleys, but not Joe Exotic. So that has been a big answer in here. Anyone in for weed possession, says Melanie. Phoenix says Eric Snowden. If I'm not mistaken, that was a government whistleblower. Again, Natalie says Tiger King. David says no one, they're in jail for a reason. Another big one that's been in the news recently, the Menendez brothers. They are accused of murdering their parents when they were, I think, teenagers or maybe in their 20s. Let's see. Tamika says her student loans, they have done enough time. I feel that, girl. I felt that in my bones. It looks like a comedy room. Somebody commented and said everyone who is falsely accused. Lisa says her family and some friends. Ooh, girl, I don't have any friends in jail, so I wouldn't have anyone to pardon there or family in jail. Brian says Charles Manson. That's alrighty. Just gonna move right along from that one. Angie says someone who killed a person for harming their child. Oh, and Michael, we're going to end on this one. Michael says Martha Stewart. So, there you go. There's some answers from our question of the day. If you want to find out more answers, you can go onto our Facebook page, go under this post, and you will see all of the answers there. So, now that we're done with question of the day, we're going to move right along to our poll of the day. And our poll has to do with the one and only Miss Taylor Allison Swift. Do you think artists should always own the right to their music? If you don't know, Taylor Swift announced on Friday that she now owns all of her music, all of her first 6 albums that were previously owned by a production company or some business. So here's how you voted. 95% of you say yes. 1% of you voted no. And 4% of you say it depends on the contract. So seems like a lot of people are in agreement there that artists should be able to own their own music. All right, guys, now it's the time of day where I give you some homework. So if you are not there already, I know a lot of you guys are there, but if you're not there already, go to our Facebook page, WKRG. You'll see the new poll and question of the day. And we want you guys to vote and comment on our question and poll. I'll go ahead and tell you here what they are. So our next question of the day is, what do you think the answer is to curb violent crime in the area? And our poll is, are you celebrating Pride Month? So go ahead, go to Facebook if you're not there, vote on those. And we will have the results for both of those tomorrow right here on News 5 Now. We're here every day at 8 a.m., 12:30, and right here at 5:30. So in the meantime, you're going to want to go. It's 5:41, guys. You've got 19 minutes to turn your channel over to News 5, where you will find our 6 o'clock show. We will have Cherish and Roseanne and Gerhard and Simone and Ed. So we'll have all of them there. And get your news. Get everything you need to know. So I will see you guys next time, and have a great week. Bye, guys.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips.